Now we're gonna continue the questions. Question 8. Some students leaving a language school one day were each asked which language lesson they had just attended. The table and the pie chart give some information about their answers. Now this is the table, and down we have the pie chart here. Let's see. They're not finished. First question, we got the number of students who answered French. So we're going to find how many people answered French, and then we're going to complete the table and the pie chart. Okay, so we're going to find the French, how many people, and then we're going to complete the table. Let's zoom out so we can see the whole thing. Okay, here. Now here we have Italian, 24 people, and the angle is 30. French, we don't know how many people, but we know that the angle is 95. And this is given here on the pie chart, the angles of the Italian and the French. Now we need to know how many people the French or said French. Now, to know that, we need the total number of people, or we can use the things that we have here. Because we don't have the total number of people, it means we're going to use the table here. Now we have this and this angle. We have two angles and one number. We can use the x method. It means we can multiply these and then divide them by the 30. It will give me the answer for this. We can do this method to find all the numbers because we don't have the total number. It means we have to do this method to find the rest of the numbers. So first we're going to multiply 24 by, let's make it like this, 24 by 95, and then divide it by 30, and I will get the answer for this one. So here, 95 times 24, and then divided by 30. And the answer will be 76. So the first number for French is 76. Now, I can use this information to find the angle of Arabic. Same idea, multiply and then divide. So the X method with all of them to find all the angles, okay? So this one here, I'm going to multiply and divide, same idea. So multiply 95 by 48, 95 times 48, and then divide it by 76. And the answer for Arabic is 60. So this is 60 degrees here, 60 degrees. Now, here in the English, I don't have any number. So I'll tell you how to find the English numbers. First, before the English, I'm going to find the Spanish. Here for the Spanish, I'm going to use the same method. I'm going to multiply the 60 by the 80 and then divide it by 48 to find the angle. So same idea. Here we have 60 times 80 and then divided by 48. And the Spanish angle is 100. The Spanish angle is 100. Let me write it here, 100. Now, for the English part, I don't have the angles and I don't have the number of people. So I can't use the X method unless I have one of them. Now, I don't know the total number of people, but I know what's the total number of angles because all angles must add up to 360. It means all of these angles here should add up to 360. It means I'm going to add them all together, these angles, and then subtract them from 360. So let's add them together. We say 30 plus 95 plus 60 plus 100 equals 30 plus 95 plus 60 plus 100. It's going to be 285, 285. Now I'm going to subtract the 285 from 360. 360 minus 285. Find the missing angle. Find the missing angle. 360 minus 285 equals 75. So the angle here is 75. I found the missing angle. Now I can do the X method with one of the other parts. I can multiply the 75 by 48 and then divide it by 60 to find the number of people in the English or said English. Now I'm going to multiply 75 times 48 and then divide it by 60, and the answer is 60. So this one is 60 here. And this is how you complete the table for the information that we have here. Now we're going to come to the pie chart, finish the rest of the information using the angles that we have here. Now, first, let me use this. We know that this is 95 and this one is 30. So I'm going to draw something almost the same like this, okay? So I did they did the 30 and the 95. Now let's do the 60. The 60 and the 30 is almost the same as the 95. So it means that this one could be 60 like this, yes. Okay, so this one is 60 degrees. You can use here you can use a protractor to find the angles. Here on the computer, I don't have a protractor ready, so I can do it mentally, okay? So this one is the 60, and I write the data next to it, which is Arabic. So I have to write Arabic. You have to always to label the pie chart, so the ones who are checking, they will know what is the 60. Here the angle is 75 and 100. 75 and 100. Now the 100 is bigger than the 95 a little bit like this. So you can make it like this here. Let's say like this, yes. And this one is the 75, for example. And this one is the 100. As I said, you can use the protractor to find the accurate angles. You don't have to guess them. You already have the protractor. So the 75 is for English. Label it English here. And the 100 is for Spanish. So label it Spanish like this. And this is how you finish the data and the pie chart. Now let's move on to the next question. This was question 8. Let's move on to question 9. Question 9. In a shop, pens cost 34 cents each. So each pen is 34 cents. The shop has a special offer on the pens. This is a special offer. Pay for 2 pens and get one free. So pay for 2 pens and you get one for free. Okay. Now, Moritz wants 25 pens. He wants to buy 25 pens. Look out how much Moritz has to pay for 25 pens using that offer. So as we said, we know that he wants 25 pens. Um, with the offer, you can buy 2 pens and pay for two and get one free. Now we're going to work out how many he has to pay for 25 pens. Now, how do we do this? Let me show you here. Let's put the offer here. Out. This. Yes. So yes, because he's gonna buy 25 pens, we need to know how many 3 pens inside the 25 pens. So that's the first thing to do. 25 divided by 3. So 25 divide 3 equals 8.3. 8.3. This means what? This means he can buy 8 pens, 3 pens like this. So he can use the offer of 3 pens 8 times. So we're going to multiply the 8 by 3. It means 24 pens will follow the offer. And the rest of the pens, which is 1 pen, he's going to buy it for 34 cents. Now, these 3 pens, he will pay only the cost of 2 pens. It means we're going to take 2 pens together, which means what? Which means 68 cents. These 68 cents, we're going to multiply it by 8 because we know he can buy 2 pens and get one free. So it means he can do this 8 times. Let me draw it like this for you so you understand the idea. For example, as we said, it's going to be times. So he buys two and he gets the third for free. So one, let me show you, two, and each one of them is 34 cents. Three, four, five. I'll draw the shape so you understand the idea. Five, six, okay, no space here, seven, eight, eight. Now, each time he buys a pen or two pens, he gets one for free. Now, let me draw the free pen. I'll make it blue. So, for each two, he gets one for free. Each two, one for free. Each two, one for free. Each two, one for free. He does that 8 times, as we said. And we know that by dividing 25 over 3. So each two, he gets one for free. Now, the money that has to pay is only for the red ones here, but the blue ones are free. And as we said, because all of these are 24, we are missing one pen. I'm missing one pen. So I'm going to put it here so I can count it like this. Now, he's going to buy how many pens? Only the red ones. He's going to pay for the red ones only. All of these are 25. Each time he buys two, or pays for two, he gets one for free. Now, how many red ones do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. It means he's gonna pay for 17 pens only. He's gonna pay for 17 pens only. So we take 17 multiplied by 34 cents, and we get 578 cents. Now, as we said, because he's going to buy 25 pens. And we know that the offer, if you buy two pens, you get one for free. I did it here, the offer. If you buy two pens, you get one for free. It means the red ones he has to pay for them, but the blue one he doesn't have to pay for it. I did it as a chart like this to know how many times I have to do it. And I know it from dividing 25 over 3, I got 8.3. It means I'm gonna do it 8 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then all of them will be 24, and I added another pen to make it 25. Now I added the red ones, the ones he has to pay for. I found out they're 17, so I'm going to multiply the 17 by the price of the pen, and I will get 578 cents. And this is how you answer a question like this. Focus on the steps and the idea of the question. Now, let's move on to the next question. Question 10. Write these fractions in order of size. Start with the smallest fraction. Now, to make them or to write them in order of size, you have to turn them into decimals. Focus on these questions because they are very important. First thing you have to do, you have to turn them into decimals and write them. So 3 divide 8 equals, yes, it's going to be 0.375. Write them like this. I will write them on top of each other. So 0.375. Now, I have to write them under each fraction so I know which one is which. 1 over 4 is 0.25. 7 over 20 is 0.35. And then we have 5 over 16. 5 divided 16 is 0.3125. 0.3125. Now we have all the decimals that we want. Now we can put them in order. Put them in order as we said before. Let's write them on top of each other first. So we have 0.375, 0.25, 0.35, 0.3125. Now we have to fill the gaps with zeros. So 0, 0, 0, 0. Focus on these steps because they are important. Now we can put them in order. The first number is 0, all of them. So I don't have to look at these numbers. I will look at the numbers after the decimal point. Now I have them in thousands, as you can see. So this is 3,750, 2,500, 3,500, 3,125. Now I can put them in order of size from the smallest. Which one is the smallest? Very good. It's this one. I'll write one next to it. Okay, and then after the 2,500, I have 3,125, and then 3,500, and then 3,750. And this is the order or the right order of these numbers. So this is the first one, and then the second one is 3,125, and then the third one is 3,500, and the last one is the 375. As we said, we started from the smallest until we reached the biggest fraction. And this is how you answer a question like this. Now, let's move on to the next question. That's A. Let's talk about B. There are only green beads and red beads in a bag. The ratio of the number of green beads to the number of red beads is 5 to 9. So we have only green and red. Green to red, so G, let's write it like this. G as a ratio to red. We have to focus on the order of the words that they say. So green to red is 5 to 9. What fraction of the beads in the bag are green beads? Now, we know that the ratio is 5 to 9. So we know the total number will be what? We'll be adding them together. So when I add them together, 5 plus 9 first, 5 plus 9 equals 14. So the total number of beads is 14. Now, they need what? They need the green beads, only the fraction of the green beads. The green beads are 5, and the total is 14. So the answer will be 5 over 14. And this is the fraction of the green beads to the total number of beads. And this is how you answer a question like this. Now, let's move on to the next question. Question 11. The diagram shows a square ABCD and a regular pentagon, which is CDEFG. This is the square, and this is the pentagon. The square has 4 sides. The pentagon has 5 sides. Now, first thing, let's take a look at the question. Work out the size of the angle marked X. This angle, X. Now, let's do it here. First, we know that the angle here, this angle, is uh, is a combination of two angles, the exterior of the square and the exterior of the pentagon. The exterior of the square and the exterior of the pentagon. We already know that the angle here of the square is 90. It means the exterior of the square will be 90, same as the interior angle of the square. So the square has an angle or interior angle is 90 and the exterior is 90. This is all the time for squares and rectangles. Now let's talk about the pentagon. The pentagon here, we have 5 sides. First thing we have to do, we have to find out how much or what is the sum of the angles of the pentagon. The sum of the angles of the pentagon, we're going to use the rule of n minus 2. So n minus 2, and then we multiply it by 180 to find the sum of the angles of the pentagon. We can do this and then find the interior angle of the pentagon. Or we can use the other method of the 360, because all angles of a pentagon add up, or all angles of any shape, all exterior angles of any shape will add up to 360. When you divide it by number of sides, you'll get the exterior angle. This one will help you find the interior angles, and then you take the interior angles, sum, divided by the number of angles, and then you'll find the interior angle. Subtract it from 180, you'll get this one. But I want to give you the easier way, which is you already know that the exterior angles add up to 360. So take 360 divided by number of sides, which is 5, and you'll get 72, which is the exterior angle of a pentagon. because it's regular pentagon. Now, this method works only with regular shapes. The shape has to be regular so you can find the exterior angles. So this one is 72. If you're following this method, let's say you followed this method, it means you're going to say 5 minus 2 equals 3. And then you take the 3 multiplied by 180, and you'll end up with the sum of the angles, which is 540. You take 540, you divide it by 5, I'm sorry, and you'll get the 108, which is the interior angle. And then you say 180 minus 108 equals 72. By this way, you found the interior sum of the interior angles. You divide it by the number of angles, you find the interior angle, which is 108. And then subtract it from 180 because this is a straight line, and you'll get 72. Or you can use the easy method, which is 360, divide the number of sides, and you'll get the exterior angle. Now, at the end, you're going to take these two angles and add them together. So you're going to say 90 plus 72 will give you the value of the angle x. So 90 plus 72 equals 160, 162. And this is how you answer a question like this. Now, let's move on to the next question. Question 12. The diagram shows a shaded shape on a grid. This is the shaded shape, like an arrowhead. On the grid, reflect the shape in the line with equation x equals x. That's 6, I'm sorry. Okay, so first thing, we're going to take this, reflect it on x equals 6. Now, to reflect the shape, first let's find the mirror line. So x equals 6 is here. This is the line. So I'm going to put it like this. This is the mirror. Now, the shape here has 4 points. Let's put them together. These points are here, 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 and here. We're going to reflect these 4 points on the side here because the line of reflection is here. It means the shape will be reflected in the opposite way. Now, this point is on the mirror line. It means we're not going to move it. Now, let's take a look at this point. Let's count the distance between the point and the mirror. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 boxes. It means I'm going to go 4 boxes. 1, 2, 3, 4, and put the new point. Same idea with this one. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and I put the point. Same idea here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I put the point. And then at the end, I'm going to connect the points together with the line so I can draw the shape again. Okay. So here, connect, connect, connect with the line, and I'll get the new shape. And this is the new shape reflected on the line x equals 6. Now, let's take a look at the next question. The diagram below shows triangle P and triangle Q drawn on a grid. So we have P and Q. Describe fully the single transformation that maps triangle P onto triangle Q. It means triangle P, how did triangle P become triangle Q? We'll notice that it became bigger. It became bigger. So we call this enlargement. First, we say it's an enlargement. Now, if we say it's an enlargement, we have to say what's the scale factor. How do we find the scale factor? We come to one of the lines, any line, for example, this one, we find out it's 3 boxes. Now, because it's 3 boxes, we count the corresponding line on the other shape. It means if this is the base, it means we need the base of the other shape. Now, this one is 3, yeah, 3 boxes. Now we count this 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this one is 9. Now to find the scale, we're going to divide the bigger number on the smaller number. So we're going to say 9 divide 3. 9 divide 3. And the answer is 3. So we say that the scale is 3 or positive 3. Now, this is the scale factor of enlargement. We can say scale factor is 3. Now, we can find the center of enlargement. How do we find the center of enlargement? First, let's erase these so I can show you. You have to connect all the points to their corresponding points. For example, this point here, when I connect it to this one and I move on after it like this, same idea. I take this point, I connect it to the corresponding point, and the word corresponding means the same point on the other shape. So same point on the other shape. Because this is on the right, it means the one on the right, I connect it and go beyond it. Now, the point where all the points meet or all the lines meet is the center of enlargement. As you can see, it's 0, 0, or the origin. So the point or the center of enlargement is 0, 0. So right center is 0, 0, like this. And this is the fully describing or the fully transformation that happened that made P become Q. And that's it for this quote. Okay. As we said, this is how you describe enlargement and the steps of enlargement. Now let's move on to the next question. Down. Okay. Question 13. Question 13 is, let me see. I'll fit the this question in the other. I'll fit this question in the other video. Thank you very much for watching. See you next time.